Do you have that person who's been asking you to get together and play? Or maybe that band who's looking for a guitar player? Or do you have maybe an online community that you've been interested in joining, but you just thought, not right now? We're going to start to build our motivation by taking that first step. Join in. It's a bold thing. I have several communities that I've been wanting to participate in over the years, and it just seems like everything takes all my time up. Actually, I've been paying for one for the last several years that I want to take part in, and then it just always gets put aside. And I know that joining in is a big motivator, so I'm going to stop putting that off myself. But making sure that those things that you're putting off, let's put our first step forward and join into those. How about saying yes to opportunities that come to you? So being a busy person, the first thing that I think when an opportunity comes to me is, no, I can't do that. I don't have time for that. I'm going to turn that around. I'm going to try and say yes to more things. Can't say yes to everything, but I'm going to say yes to more things. I'm going to start to try and be positive with this. If your guitar playing is always a no, I can't do that. No, I don't have time for that. No, these things aren't going to work out for me. No, this is going to waste my time. No, I'm probably not good enough for that. You're never going to get anywhere. You're going to just stay right where you are. We're not going to progress. We're going to say yes to some opportunities that come to you, at least to check it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can get together with some guys you're thinking, I don't know if that's going to work out. You never know. You never know till you sit down. There's been some players I thought it wasn't going to work out. We sit down and it just clicked just like that. How about seeking out new opportunities? So we've talked about ones we've been putting off. We've talked about ones that come to you. How about let's seek out some new opportunities? Online communities. That's a big one now. I'd say even a year ago, online communities was fun, not so important. Becomes more important as we go on. There's a ton of guitar online communities. One of the things that I'm going to hope to do is bring some of those community leaders here onto the podcast. We can talk about some of the things that they observe, being someone who's, in charge, kind of leading the way in a lot of these online communities. But some of them have a toxic kind of feeling to them, and some of them are very supportive, but you don't know until you really get into them. So taking a leap of faith, getting out there, getting involved, dealing with people, big motivator. How about bands? Seeking out players in your area. This is something that you might start to think about as soon as you're an intermediate player. As soon as you got your bar chords down, I'd say start looking for bands. Open mic nights. Now, this is something, I don't know how many open mic nights people are going to right now. We're in the middle of a little mess right now. But open mic nights are a great resource, especially if you've never been in a band before. And the best part about an open mic night is you can go there and not participate at first and learn. Very important. I like to go and just see how the process is. Go there early, see someone there who you know is going to get up on stage. What do? Do they go up front? Do they ask, hey, what's my time? What did they bring? Did they bring their amp? Did they bring their pedals? Did they just bring their guitar? Are they just using stuff that's already there? When they got up there, how long did they play? Right? All of those things ahead of time will make the time when you feel comfortable to get up there and play at an open mic. It'll make your time super smooth, and it makes it a lot more fun. Or it might make it something that you save yourself from something you're not ready for yet as well. So it gives you a goal to look forward to. But attending an open mic night when you are not planning on performing is a huge learning moment. How about this? What can you do for others to get involved? Excitement and motivation is infectious. We talked about that. And when you deal with someone, how can you help someone else? One of the things I like to do, I like to help people who are not as far along as I am. Now, of course, I'm doing the podcast and I'm helping people become the guitar players that they always wanted to be. But this is something I did in life a long time before this. And that's why this is very natural for me, especially at gigs. I'd be at a gig hanging out, and we might have played and somebody said something nice about my playing and asked me what to do. And I'm going to spend 10 minutes talking about this. If someone comes up to me and asks me how I did something, I'm there. I love sharing information, and it's motivating for me when I've figured something out. And I get this now all the time, just from an email. I get that feedback, and it's a rush for me when I figured out something, and I have learned that I can communicate that in a way that someone else gets it too, and it saves them some time, and they get motivated. It builds my motivation. I start to feel good. Well, what's some other things that I could figure out and share? So if you have a friend or a relative who plays and is not as far along as you are, and that's the thing that I would say, which is what is natural, is for you to go, well, I want to play with some folks that are farther along from me. And you definitely learn from folks like that. But playing with someone who's not as far along as you are is extremely valuable. Extremely valuable. It puts it just by showing someone how to do that, or giving them an example of how to be a better musician. It lets you spend time categorizing what are the things that I've achieved at this time. What are these things that actually make me a better musician? It's very, very rewarding. Giving first. How about this? Don't wait for somebody to ask you something. Offer to help someone who may not be as far along as you. Offer to help with playing something, or offer, if you see that they're struggling with a certain guitar part, offer to help. That's really, really, really a good use of your time. And sometimes, it doesn't work out. Of course, sometimes, if you can't communicate what you're trying to get across well, sometimes maybe you don't understand what it is that you're doing. And if you could figure out, let's just talk about a scale. How do you play that scale? Well, it's just these notes right here. Then you start thinking, well, it's more than that. Well, why is that more than that to my playing? And then you start to realize, oh, well, this is a sequence of strong notes and weak notes. And I tend to you start to put into words all the things that make up you as a guitar player, which is very, very powerful, very motivating too. What advice, this is my question for you. What advice would you give someone who needs motivation? What would you say to them? Would you say, start listening to new music, start going out and seeing other people play, figure out what it is that you really want to play, get some goals, those kind of things? What is that question? I'm going to kind of tear that apart. Well, what about me? What can I do to help you get involved? Well, there's a lot of things. We have the Facebook group. Now, the Facebook group has been around for a while, and we have a really, really solid group of people there. Now, this is not a Facebook group that's open to everyone. You have to prove that you listen to the podcast and remember my name, basically, is what it is. And there's a lot of people trying to get into that. We turn away a good amount of people. It's a very positive area. It's some place where you can ask questions and you won't feel strange. No one's going to make you feel terrible about that you don't know something. People are very supportive there. And people are sharing things, and it's across the board. It's gear, it's theory, it's songs, it's all of those things. And it's free. And if, I understand some people don't do Facebook, but if you do, and even if you just do it just to join the group, it's a great place for you to get involved with some good people. Coaching. I do a lot of coaching. I've had it closed for a while. It's about to open back up again. And this is, it's actually going to be more one-on-one than it has been in the past when it opens back up. And that's something where I can get involved in what you're doing and help you along the way. So those are, and also the academy. We have the communities in the academy too that are really, 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 really motivational. And you can see there's other people going along and doing the same things that you're doing and having the same struggles that you are. Hey, thanks for watching. I have a free gift for you. It's Get Moving Guitar, my free course to help you get back on track and motivated. You can sign up by clicking the link below in the description. If you'd like to support the podcast and get more of this content that's actually designed to help you become the guitarist that you've always wanted to be, sign up for my VIP supporter program. It's as little as $3 a month, and you get access to the private VIP podcast. I will see you soon in the next video.